Hey, what's going on, everybody? Norik Kocharian here, and this is podcast Perform at Your Peak. As usual, we're gonna dive in deep into the mindset. We're gonna talk about mentality of an athlete, how it reflects on a daily basis, and how important it is to understand your role and your mindset's role. Today, my guest is somebody very special to me, somebody very unique, somebody that I met last season, working and hustling in the same team, Delano Spencer. Delano, thank you for joining me.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me, for sure. Happy to be here.
You know what, when I thought about podcasts, and as I mentioned just through our regular conversation, since you moved to the different team, I never thought we're gonna be able to have that amazing opportunity to sit on the front of each other and just have this conversation. So it means a lot to me to have you here.
Man, it means so much to me. Like I told you, man, I missed you guys. So for me, it's, been a blessing to be able to come back and, be with you guys and, the team and everybody who's a part of this, man. It's very special for sure.
You know what, when we started this season, I've said so many times, we have a great team. But your energy, when you came back, the energy is just reflecting all over. How do you maintain that level of energy and enjoyment of what you do? Like, because it's difficult. It's difficult, especially when you have better times, worse times, or different situations.
Yeah. So for me, man, I love the game. It's just that simple. I love basketball. I love my teammates. And it's just, I'm grateful for every opportunity. So for me, it's easy to come and be happy. I'm grateful to be here. I'm happy to be here. This is what I wanted to do. This is like a dream come true for me, especially since I've been playing for quite a while now. So for me, it's easy to get up and, start the day with good energy and, kind of motivate the guys and support the guys around me because I want the same for them. But yeah, basically it's that simple. I'm grateful to be here. I'm happy to be here, and I love the sport.
You said about the length of your journey. Obviously, you've been quite a while now overseas as well, and you've traveled multiple different countries, learned multiple different cultures. You came back where I would say it's your home. Your second home. Obviously, you have your home back in States. Mm-hmm. When you started your journey, when you were younger, when you were a kid, did you understand the appreciation side of it, or at that stage was fun, was a bit of an, let's just say that bit of a part of the cockiness, that you can do whatever it takes, and then over time you learn a bit of that humble approach? Mm-hmm. What was it like?
Well, for me, so I actually was a 3-sport athlete.
Okay.
So I played baseball, basketball, and football. So it started honestly with my pops, man, my dad, his just attention to detail to have a great work ethic. So he's trained me. He's been my trainer my whole life in every sport. So I was blessed and to be able to have a father that, took me through the journey of developing as a, athlete. But yeah, so I started working with him early age and, he put me in a great position to be successful. I'm playing older age groups in every sport, which is, basically helping me develop faster, especially when you come play your age group, your grade class, then, it's a lot easier. You're a lot, better, more developed. So it basically started with that, and it also boosted my confidence. Like when I came down and played my grade, and then that led on to high school where I was a freshman on varsity, starting and having a lead role. So started like that, man. My dad introduced me to all the sports and just made sure I had a strong work ethic. And for me, I loved it, getting better and just seeing the progress of my development just made it just so much more fun, in every sport, for sure.
Well, now I understand, because when we had that, again, I'll say this out loud, opportunity to spend a bit of a time driving back home from one of the games, you said to me something that really amazed me with regards, I want somebody that, let's just say with the same team, we play on the same position. I want somebody to come to me and say, I'm going to kick you out of the team. In the terms of, I'll take that position. Because you will then understand, it's going to be a bit of a rivalry. And you can become better, and that person can become better because of you, which is great. I think that's what's been sparked through your dad as well. Would that be correct?
That's true. Good competition and being competitive, man. That competitive edge just grew on me, and I want the same for guys who are on my team. I want to make them better. The people around me. As you know, professional athletes have talked about it a lot. They want to work hard and go against the other guys to get them better, for sure. So that's Absolutely. A big thing too.
Because, it's a lot of times, as you said, pro athletes do that. The idea behind it is because you want to surround yourself with the growing, environment instead of just with the mentality of, I'm okay where I am.
Satisfied, exactly.
So it seems like your dad sparked into a lot of discipline, but moving on, you had to learn a bit more self-discipline. How important it is to you to have that self-discipline, and how would you describe and recognize that in your life?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I kind of didn't take school as serious as I should have. So that's one thing as I got older, going into high school and college, that I had to learn to balance and be disciplined enough to manage both, sports and school. So that helped me a lot, just realizing that, you can't do it in the how can I say it, like how you have to go to college to play basketball on scholarship, else you're not really going to be able to play a sport in, college. So you have to have certain grade point averages and pass certain tests. So you got to take school seriously to even become an athlete. So, I learned that balance probably going into high school, started taking it serious because I wanted to, go to college for a sport. I knew then, and it's helped practice discipline. And like I said, further on more, going the structure of college helped me, even practice more self-discipline and places to be on time and what to do and where to not be at, so I think through that stage, I've learned a lot of self-discipline. So when I was, coming to be professional, it was pretty easy. I was already, structured, had a situation where I'm going on like, okay, cool. Like I need to do this, workout, stay, eating healthy, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So moving on, a lot of people outside of sports, and I hear that quite often, that, they think pro athletes aren't, challenged, or they don't have any challenges, or the problems just disappear randomly or whatever. When we speak about challenges, we all face some kind of challenges. Maybe in mind coach, I still have some challenges. Sure. What's the, I wouldn't say the recipe or, the one way of approaching certain things, but how you overcome your challenges, because, daily you'll have it. Being overseas is a big challenge as well.
Big challenge, for sure. So for me, man, I just stay paranoid. That's the best way I could explain it. Your job is not always guaranteed. Your spot's not always guaranteed. This lifestyle that you're living is not always guaranteed. So, you got to do the right things to keep it and continue in your career. So that's just one word I could just easily describe everything. Work hard, be paranoid of losing your job, or be paranoid of the next man taking your spot, or, be paranoid of you not moving professional off the course. So like I said, that pretty much is like the overall perspective on, beating these challenges as far as overseas comes, man. Be paranoid with everything,
So like
kind of move that way.
Understanding the consequences if you won't do something, be someone or have someone, gives you that extra desire and drive to actually overcome it.
Exactly. For me, definitely, for sure.
Freaking hell.
I stay locked in, man. And that keeps you away from a lot when you get paranoid, because when you're paranoid, what you going to do? You're not going to want to do whatever it is. You're paranoid to do it. You know what I'm saying? like I said, that helps me stay in line and just helped me a lot in my career. God told me that years back, man, a vet, I think he was about 37, but he was like, bro, you want a long career, man? Stay paranoid. Stay paranoid.
You probably can't see it. I have goosebumps all over me. That was cracking. Yeah. Brilliant. Love that. And you know what? I couldn't expect none of less. Like, I thought you were going to hit me with some unique way of looking at it. Beautiful. I loved it. Loved it. Well, I'm not going to go into gratitude because you already showed me how important it is to be grateful and how grateful you are for a lot of things that you do have and, are with, in your life. But when you think about, being complacent, right? So you achieve success and you just settle down because that one-off situation was enough for you. Yeah. So you're not stepping or moving forward. What would you take? That one-off success or keep progressing? What would be more important for you?
Oh man, of course, keep progressing for sure. Always, that's always going to be, my first choice to move forward, take the right steps in the right direction, and that's always going up. Of course, you got ups and downs and adversity, like you're saying, but that's the ending goal, to always move forward and be better day by day as a person and as a professional athlete.
Yeah. So thinking about as I said at the very start, your energy, the way you sort of express it on a daily basis. If somebody looks from the side, they would say he enjoys the game or he enjoys to be here. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure through the journey you have experienced those situations where you say to somebody, enjoy it or relax, and they quite often take it in the wrong way. They think if they enjoy that, they ignore the importance of something. How would you describe the difference of enjoying ignorance type and enjoying in the way of respecting the game but yourself in it?
Yeah, basically, I would just say be yourself. That's one for sure. Always Beautiful. Be yourself. But just know you gotta have a balance with everything in life in general. But just having that balance, knowing where you're taking it too far or where, okay, that's cool, you're having fun, you're enjoying it, you're loving what you do. And then there's, too much fun, and there's a place and time for everything. So I would say balancing it out, knowing when this, and that would be the main thing that would help, balancing it out for sure.
Quite a few years ago, when I was interviewing a 4-time world champion in Speedway, he said to an American guy, which again, I'm not surprised why those mentalities are so similar, even they are different sports, different parts of the country and things like this. But he said that to me, one of the most important things for him when it came to building his career, and it still is, when he was at the age of 48, still racing, he said to me, it was having a distance. And I was like, okay, I understand it, but could you explain it to me? He said, have a distance to yourself, so be able to understand that you're going to make a mistake no matter how experienced you are. Also, that you're going to be hit by critics, their opinion, plus allow yourself to be you, because you don't have to be perfect. Yeah. And, do you believe in that? Do you believe in having distance to what you do, how you do is also important to let you to understand that stressful situation, pressure, it's only there to help you?
For sure, I agree with that. I definitely agree. Like, you definitely have to have that distance and give yourself that room to, make mistakes in life in general. You're going to, nobody's perfect. But yeah, gotta have the distance for sure. I agree with that. That's crazy that you said. I've never heard that. I like that.
It's mad, isn't it? Because you would think, how can I have a distance? I have to be serious.
Sometimes you gotta distance yourself from other people. you know, who aren't in the right space at the time. So you know, you have to distance yourself from other people. It's still, you know, it's nothing bad blood, nothing like that. But you know, you might have to distance yourself.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, because everybody can't go with you moving forward too. That's another thing guys do. They allow other people to hold them back, and you know. So.
Well, it might not be the best explanation, but again, one of the athletes I used to work with, again, phenomenal athlete, he said to me, I just don't take, you know, slaves with me. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, I'll take everyone with me through the journey.
Yeah.
But if there are people who are willingly, daily, just making sure they're not the right fit, I won't make them my slaves.
Yeah.
I'll let them just live their own life and I'll move on.
Yeah.
As long as they will appreciate me moving away and don't take it as anything offensive.
Yeah, don't take it offensive. Yeah,
I
agree with that too.
It's a great way of looking at it, isn't it?
It is.
I've seen you so many times during practice. You know, as I said, we had a great opportunity to come back together in the car, in the bus many times. But being a pro athlete, you definitely have some set of like a habits or routines you're following on a daily basis, pre-game, post-game, you know, the week without game or anything like that. Can you explain to me what that would be?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't really have like a special pre-game regimen. Like, so on a game day, get up, cook breakfast, like something light, maybe some eggs, fruit, and then go to shoot around. You know, get a lot of shots up, work on my game, work on the moves I'm gonna use in the game. Come back, chill for a little bit, might do a little stretch and recovery stuff, and then might lay down, take a nap, and then get up and eat again, and then shit, I'm headed to the game. You know, I'm ready, I'm locked in, I'm listening to my music, thinking about, you know, the scouting report and stuff like that, but I don't have like any special routines or anything that I do, man. I'm pretty basic with it, and you know, I try to just focus my mind on the game, really, pretty much the whole day. Make sure I get my rest, make sure I eat right, and you know, feel good. My body feels good. So, other than that, I really don't have any like superstitions or nothing like that. I'm just ready to go out there and play, man, and go win.
So there's no such a thing as, let's say, you have your favorite pair of socks or something.
Yeah, see, that everybody's different.
Exactly.
I don't judge anybody. I don't knock anybody's, but you know, for me, I don't. You know, it's just kind of put it on and you know, go out, wear my gear. You know, my arm sleeve and my leg sleeve. But other than that, you know, I don't really have anything special.
Again, I'm not in a place to judge, as you said, anyone for having it. It's great because if they have set standards and that's part of it, absolutely fine.
Exactly.
But I've seen and experienced myself so many times that somebody had favorite pair of socks, for instance, or color of socks. And during one of the competitions, one of my wrestling colleagues, he forgot his socks. And even though he was the favorite in a weight class, he went and lost the first match.
Yeah.
And he was using that as an excuse.
Right.
So that brings me to something we spoke about so many times, winner's mentality. I just want to hear that once again, and I could listen to it over and over again. What's your intake into the winner's mentality? How do you see that? What describes the winner's mentality?
Man, basically just going all out, you know, for a team sport, obviously having your teammates back and, you know, just really wanting it more than the other team, you know, going out there, making the right plays and doing the right things to win a game, man. And just the effort and the energy is just outweighs their talent or whatever the situation they may have going on. But, you know, just bringing all that in one to the game, you're going to have a great chance of winning, man. Big effort, big energy, support, you know, and enthusiasm, you know, all those go into it, man. It's such, you know, a lot of different characteristics and different aspects that go into, you know, winning. But that mindset, all those things play a big role in, you know, having that winning mindset for sure.
Well, quite often you mention team, the importance of a team. And obviously, basketball, a team sport, with a lot of individuals in it. Last season, when I started, and I wrote it, team spirit as a part of the explanation of why there's so many challenges with the team. And we were sort of quite new to the team because you started in some part of the season, and then I came on and on and on. And I remember our first session, I mentioned about team spirit as a part of our goal. And many times we spoke about it, but you know, it's hard to explain, isn't it, to somebody even who's going to watch this podcast or listen to this podcast. What was the difference? Could you give an insight of your experience with that kind of team spirit that we've created together?
From this season?
Last season.
Man, it's really undescribable, man. Like, you know, it was just everybody wanted the same thing. Everybody knew what we needed to do it. And, you know, we were just all together, man. It was just the bond we had in the relationship we had with everybody, man. It was something that, you know, you don't find often in team sports. And it's so hard, but the chemistry and, you know, like I said, the relationships we had off the court, how we were able to vibe and hang out, like, man, it's so different. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So the team spirit was just, it was easy to give, you know, for everybody because, like I said, everybody wanted to. You know, it wasn't like you had to force somebody to give that because we wanted to. You know, it was like, yo, we want to do this. We want to do it together. We like each other a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was huge. That team spirit was a turning point in our season when you guys came because I started the season here with Ray and Lee and, you know, once Adam and Corey came and you and Merrick and, you know, you guys definitely, you know, played a huge role in helping us turn that season around, you know, which was real special, man. And that's why you guys will always be special to me. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Man, appreciate it because as I said, you know, as you were going through what that team spirit means to you, I just had like a flashbacks of the moments where we were all like screaming happy, but also the moments where we were just laughing.
Yeah. And the energy is different, man. When you winning, dog, the energy is different, man. It definitely is, you know, and that's what it was last year for sure.
I was actually really, again, I'm gonna say that again, but I was hoping, and me and Adrian were standing just outside and going, that's the same car as they were driving with Corey last season, and we were both going, is Corey there?
I'm telling you, that was my road dog, man, for sure. My God, I wish. I can't
But that's
lie.
funny. Well, listen. To Corey.
Oh, you know what? My God,
Respect.
man. My God, for life. You know that. For sure.
So, in sports, these days, quite often we see people wanting to start a journey, already started a journey, but haven't reached that pro level. They still have way broad like career ahead. And the first sign of big obstacle, that can be an injury or anything like that. Not a heavy one, but an injury, a loss, a problem or whatever. And they give up. For me, one of the most important things was always persistence. So how do you find the persistent part within your career? How important role it played before? And how important role it plays now?
Man, so from before it played a big role. Just me knowing that you're gonna have to work hard to get anywhere you want to be, and that's regardless, just in life in general. But you know, knowing that, you know, at a young age, especially when you know in sports, you're gonna have to have a hell of a work ethic, you know, to separate yourself. To be able to be successful in that sport or whatever you're doing. So basically, like, it clicked for me probably in 8th grade where, I seen, like I told you, my dad installed a great work ethic in me, and I saw my progress take off. So we were going down to nationals, which is, the USA national basketball tournament. Every team from all the top teams in each state go down in Florida and play. And I weighed myself up against the competition. I was one of the best out there. So for me, just to see that progress of my work ethic, I'm like, wow, that's going to motivate me to even work harder.
Yeah.
Plus, also me seeing that there were guys better than me. So that motivated me, like, wow, it's a guy in Houston, Texas, that's probably up at night working at 6 a.m, getting shots up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of, like I said, that goes into being paranoid too, but that motivated me to have that consistent work ethic and knowing that I would have to work hard to get to the point where, I'm at today. But, and it kind of stuck with me since then, man. I've always been just a grinder, hard worker, put in extra work, and the work shows, and I've seen it. So it's been, great to see, of course, because sometimes even like when you work hard, it doesn't happen the next day. It don't happen overnight. You're not going to see progress the next week, or it's over time. So you have to know that too, which my dad definitely helped me understand, that you're not going to just work hard for 2 weeks and be great. This is going to take years. And one thing that definitely stuck was to build a habit, it takes like maybe a week, but to break it, it might, take a longer time, you know what I'm saying, to break the habit. So, that stuck with me a lot, and I wanted to have a good work ethic and have the habits to, proceed and get to the success I'm at today. So
one thing based on what you said about, overnight, it's something that before I realized that I've experienced that, and that it's something I should be aware of for the future, was the sentence I heard back in 2009 when I started my journey as mind coach. And my first mentor said to me, it takes years to build your strength. And the only one thing you can lose overnight is that strength. Doing something stupid, going crazy with whatever, partying, or, again, we all love to party or something like that. But, just going crazy on something, you can just lose it just like that. And I thought, it makes a lot of sense. Like with fitness, isn't it? You building, and then one crazy night, weekend, whatever, bang, gone. That's the way it is, isn't it? Because we're sort of more into that easy things in our life, that we forget that to be somebody strong, somebody powerful, takes a bit more time to build. So, goals. Now, you're obviously here. So the present goal, it's the same goal as we have and I have. So to win all of the games for the rest of the season, moving on and keep the team in the league.
Exactly.
What's your biggest goal?
So that's my biggest goal right there. I'm not gonna lie. Keeping this team in the league. That's what they brought me here back for. To help this team stay, and that's my main goal. Individually, of course, I know what I have to bring to the table to do that. But like I said, the main thing for me is to keep them in the league, win as many games as we can, and enjoy the season, man. Enjoy it. I know it kind of been up and down with the guys, and with everybody who's been here for this season. It's just been tough a little bit with injuries and all that. So, just to end on a good note is, very refreshing, and I think everybody would love that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main goal, man, and that's what I'm here to do.
And speaking about that, the importance of and understanding how important is your role, we can right away just touch into the aspects of stress, pressure. It's obviously somehow, no matter how strong you are, it's going to build inside and outside. How do you deal with that?
For me, like I said, in my youth, I was able to go through a lot of different experiences that just helped me build a strong mental mindset and be able to knock down walls of adversity. Of course, not easily, but just, managing it and beating it, but I still use those same tactics and things that I was taught at a young age, man. Is just stay locked in, know it's going to be bad days, but if you stack your good days and stack them up, they're going to, things are going to turn around. Yep. So for me, it's always just been continue to work, whatever you're going to do. It may not be a great result. It's not guaranteed. Even if you work hard, it's not guaranteed a great result.
Of course.
But you're preparing yourself for that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that simple, man. Just, knowing that my hard work is going to definitely turn out on the good end, for real. So, I mean, it's just, that's pretty much it for real. That simple.
It's
continue to grind. Just keep grinding.
Absolutely. It's that bit that we quite often forget, that you train 10 hours a week, let's say, to go and produce your outstanding performance for 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. How you can leverage it.
Right.
You have to make so many different mistakes, go under pressure, go, stressed about something not necessarily related to sports, because it can be something that has happened outside of sport.
Yeah.
To be able to then step on a court and just produce your best performance to date.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is. It's tough. But I think most people will say this, that, the basketball court is the sanctuary. Like, everything goes out your mind, the window. It's over with. Like, once you're on that court, you're just there and playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You're focused, you're locked in, you're having fun, you're enjoying it. So, like I said, it's just like stepping away from whatever is going on in life, and you're getting peace, and you're getting, that kind of energy from being on the court and just playing basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite often we hear that, top athletes, they just say, if I had a problem, I went, for practice. Mm-hmm. If I had a problem, I went to play or run or, do my sport. Yeah. Which just shows the power and strength, and as you mentioned, by zone, being focused. Yeah. So, speaking about that, we see something the opposite sometimes. In your zone area where it's big square, but within the borders, let's just say, you have to fit your skill set and, your mindset at that right moment. But quite often, athletes lose focus, even in the area of performance. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had that kind of experience, and how quickly you manage to bring yourself back to focus and make sure what's your next task?
Yeah, of course. Just like you said, people gonna make mistakes, and I think a main part of it comes from focusing. Let's just say, for example, scouting report, a guy is not a shooter, and you run out there and go try to block his shot, but on the scouting report, he can't shoot, so you're supposed to close out short. Yeah. That's kind of like losing focus. Yes. At a point in the game. You're not locked in, you're not even thinking about the personnel, you know what I'm saying? So, but to come back in, to locking back in is nothing for me. Next play mentality. I'm worried about the next play already. I made a mistake. I'm not going to let that linger. I'm not going to think about it. I missed a shot. Okay. And then I don't think about it. I'm shooting the next one. You know what I'm saying? So that mentality kind of helped me just lock back in quick. Next play, I'm not worried about the next play. Let me focus, stay locked. But it's going to happen when guys lose focus, like I said, or make mistakes. And that comes from losing focus most of the time, I feel like. But yeah.
What's the best memory about basketball you can bring forward?
It's so many, man. I've had so many.
Because the next ones we are creating together, so keep it in mind.
I'm not gonna lie. For professional, I would definitely say the game in slumps was just one of the best experiences I've had. Well, I can say because I won a championship in Europe and Slovakia too, won the cup in the finals, and that was a hell of a feeling. I can't lie, that was one of the greatest feelings. But just to top that, I think Slonks, the energy, they were 14-0. It's a Euro Cup team, the best team in Poland. So, it was just huge. And, like we had the target of, oh, they're just Wansu, the little market team. We're going to beat them. It's the last game of the round. We'll go to the next round. We didn't lose to nobody. So they kind of had that mindset. And like you said, we had that team spirit and that winning mentality, which we took into the game and made it happen. But that was one hell of an experience, man. I could say those two things stand out professionally. College would definitely be playing against Duke, Kansas, Texas, North Carolina, those big schools and those gyms, man, the atmosphere and just the energy in there and the high level, the promotion. It's on ESPN, it's on all the TV networks in the States. So, people from everywhere watching. So I gotta say that college experience is nice too. I can't lie, it's always be memorable. For sure, I was blessed to able to play D1 and at a good school, so definitely memorable. High school, I was close to winning a state championship, man, and we ended up losing. But it was a hell of a season. We went undefeated with a great group of guys, similar to, the situation last year, how we had great bonds. For that was one of the best memorable high school basketball. And to go back to middle school, I won the middle school county championship, went undefeated, led my team. Yeah, so that was always going to be memorable also. So, yeah, those different stages, I got different stories for each one because I remember all of it for sure.
I brought up some good memories to you.
Yeah, you did. I just thought about it. I'm like, wow, man, I had a lot of that. And to go, there's more than that. Sheesh, for real. But yeah, man, those were just going to always probably be most memorable in my careers, period.
I can only imagine the size of the venues and a crowd in college. Mm-hmm. But when you think about that, your imagination brings that memory with that game in, Lańcut against Śląsk.
Yeah.
And then you think how that small crowd managed to create that much energy and noise.
Man.
That we felt like we're on a wave because of that energy. It's crazy, isn't it?
I love playing in Lańcut. It's one of the best atmospheres
it's
you can
crazy,
ask for.
Isn't it?
It don't matter how little the gym is. Those fans bring the energy and enthusiasm every game. Win, lose, draw. They're gonna be there. They're gonna support. They're gonna scream. Yeah. And you just gotta be thankful, man, and go out there and play your heart out for that, man.
Yeah.
Like it's special because a lot of places in Europe don't have that fan base and don't, have those guys coming to the games, paying tickets and stuff like that. So you want to be very appreciative of it and, work hard and try to win these games for them, man, because it's special to play in front of that. Like, you don't get that all the time.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a different story when you make the shot and it goes in, you get either 2 points, 3 points, whatever, and then you hear that, appreciation from them. You give your energy, they give you back, and it's just like...
It's unexplainable. I'm telling you. It feels like, I don't know, man, like I'm in a movie out there, man. Like, I love it. I love it, man.
I left it to the very end because I think it's a quite sensitive subject, but it's also something that, led to where we are as a team at the moment. How do you deal with a loss? Because no matter how strong you are mentally, no matter how strong I am mentally, there's no way that you're not gonna sort of go inside you.
For sure.
So how do you deal with loss? Not only current situation or not only just recent, but what I liked what you said earlier on, you started to learn something years ago, and you haven't changed it. You just keep using it. It's a process that is repeatable.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with a loss? Because a lot of people that will probably listen to this podcast, they get challenged to deal with a loss, and they don't know how to do it properly or in their way.
Right.
How do you deal with a loss?
So for me, man, I kind of know losses are gonna come. You know, in general life, you might take some losses, and you know you're gonna lose. So for me, mentally, just of course you're gonna be mad that day it happens, or that game. And after, it's okay to be upset and kind of dwell on it a little bit. But after that, in this sport and really in life, nothing's gonna wait for you to kind of turn it up. Like, look, that's over with. Now you have to do what you need to do to win, because there's going to be another game and there's going to be another challenge in your life that you're going to have to, quickly turn around and have that mindset to get past and forget about it and move forward. And that's kind of stuck with me, like I said, in the youth sports, and just been taking it on. Like, don't wear that on your sleeve, man. Don't walk around, we lost yesterday, coming to practice, kind of still. Nah, let's watch film, let's figure things out, let's have a plan, and let's move forward, because we're going to win the next one. You don't lose confidence, you don't lose, your demeanor. Like, you just got to forget about it and move forward. You learn from it. You should learn from all your losses in life in general. But you don't dwell on it, and you don't continue to let it linger.
But learning doesn't mean, as you said, it doesn't mean you have to dwell on it. Learning means, okay, I dislike it, I don't like the feeling. What am I going to do next? And, earlier on you just said that you're sort of next task person. Something won't work, you're moving on. Not ignoring the fact that it didn't work, just leaving it, moving on, because there's next thing that you're important in, being part of.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Okay, we lost. So what is our next goal? Is to try to improve, try to make a difference, but stay in. And it's the same thing with a success, with a win.
Yeah, you can't stay in that mode too long.
You have to move on.
That's another thing I was taught. Always stay level. You're never too high, never too low. And that stuck with me too. And that's a big thing that I use also, just to stay locked in and focused on the goals through adversity, through losses, through challenges. Like, man, stay level, because it's going to come success. Like I said, you continue to work hard, continue to grind. And that's, like I said, whatever you're going to do in life.
Love that.
Yeah.
Last but not least, another one that I wouldn't believe if somebody said to me, could you please put a signature on this ball? And before you do that, I'll show you something. That's Corey.
Man, that's love.
Even though he's not here,
Yeah.
I have the team from the beginning of the season.
Oh, wow.
And clearly, as it goes,
Yeah.
new guys came on.
Yeah.
But
That's dope.
it's gonna be a freaking pleasure to have you on this, because it's in my office. It's a special one for me.
Yeah.
That just describes a lot of beautiful memories.
Man, beautiful.
So if you can make this
definitely
a
do
moment
that for you,
for
my
me,
guy.
that would be a beautiful thing.
That's nothing, man. My God, man.
Anywhere
I appreciate you always, man. Been a great guy, man. Great soul. Great mental coach. Shout out to Nora, man, for sure. My God.
Brilliant. Love that.